So when you see the APT system in itself, you have the foam puck here. That's the first initial piece of the system that's activated, and that's supported by the chassis because the TPU chassis just makes sure that the system doesn't fail overall. So this gives you your structure. Then here you get your comfort and your responsiveness. So it acts as almost as a spring because it gives you that little bounce that you need to get proper propulsion. Then to complement that, because you don't want your foam to bottom out when you're playing basketball, we've all been in shoes that flatten out, you know, when you make a certain cut. We've added thin strips of carbon fiber on the backside of the foam to help keep structure and rigidity when you're in a certain angle, because you don't want your foam to fail. We added a split in there, and what that does is that creates a sense of camber. And when you see motorcycle tires turn the corner, there's a certain amount of contact with the lip of the tire that allows them to have control around sharp corners. This does the same thing. When you're cutting and you're moving around the screen and you're going to the lane and you're a slasher, which MJ was, I mean, he moved off the screens with the best of them and would execute the drop of a dime. MJ was real adamant about making sure that the person had control of the shoe and the shoe didn't have control over the person. He wanted people to feel as if they were playing in a shoe that completely complemented the game. So that's why we added the splits here and we added the splits through the window. Then the final piece of the APT system is the traction element, because you have to have proper grip in order for the system to work. So the way that the slashes and the rubber are actually constructed, they almost are constructed in a siping pattern. So it gives you premium traction, but at the same time it gives you grip at awkward angles and different cuts. So when you're cutting to the side, and most of the time when you're in defense, you're shuffling, you're moving to the side, you're going around guys who are trying to set screens, so you need traction at a different direction. It's not back and forth. If it was, then basketball wouldn't be basketball, it'd be ping pong. So for this shoe, we wanted to make sure that it was for the guys who are always moving, who are going after the ball and they're attacking their opponent. So going into this system is complemented by double stack zoom, which is in the actual chassis piece. So you have a zoom airbag in the heel that's embedded in the midsole, and then you have a zoom airbag in the heel of the sock liner. So what that does is that gives you an added layer of cushioning, an added layer of support, and an added layer of propulsion and comfort, because you feel that resiliency and you feel that feedback immediately when you plant your heel. Then in the forefoot, we've opened up a section through there to give you a little bit of articulation, and we've actually used the airbag that's typically used in running shoes, and it has slices in the airbag that naturally work with your foot morphology, or how your foot actually flexes. So what we wanted to do is create a shoe that you had traction, you have support, but internally you have the flexibility that you need. So it's a shoe completely based on, you know, guys who want to react and get to the ball quicker.